Japanese Yōkai. Terrifying mythical creatures. Ningyo, the human fish yokai. Unlike beautiful mermaids from the Western traditions, these yokai are more fish than human and are often described as hideous, deformed creatures. They range in appearance, from grotesque fish-like faces to human torsos with sharp claws and a tail. Some are depicted as a human head on a fish body. They have been documented in some of the earliest Japanese texts such as the Nihon Shoki, which dates back to 619 CE. They are not particularly harmful to humans, but if caught or wounded they will curse their assailant, some going so far as to curse whole families or villages, which will then be swallowed up by a tsunami or destroyed by an earthquake. Some fishermen set out to catch them despite the danger, as it is said that eating a ningyo's flesh will grant eternal youth. Some mummies held at temples claim to be ningyo, but more often than not they are men made using fish parts. These are known as Fiji mermaids in the West. The Aonami is a Japanese yokai depicted in Toriyama Seiki in 1776 book Asu Hyaki Yagyo, meaning filth liquor. They are stated to lick the filth that collects in bathtubs and bathrooms. Aonami is a yokai that lives in old bathhouses and dilapidated buildings, that would sneak into places at night when people are asleep, using its long tongue to lick the filth and grime sticking to bath places and bathtubs. It does not do anything other than lick filth, but since yokai were considered unsettling to encounter, it is said that people worked hard to ensure that the bath places and bathtubs are washed clean so that the Aonami wouldn't come. A Futakuchi-onna. They are characterized by their two mouths, a normal one located on her face and a second one on the back of the head beneath the hair. There, the woman's skull splits apart, forming lips, teeth, and a tongue, creating an entirely functional second mouth. In Japanese mythology and folklore, the Futakuchi-onna is a woman afflicted with a curse, or supernatural disease that transforms them into yokai. A second mouth mysteriously appears on the back of the woman's head. The second mouth often mumbles spiteful and threatening things to the woman and demands food. If it is not fed, it can screech obscenely and cause the woman tremendous pain. Eventually, the woman's hair begins to move like a pair of serpents, allowing the mouth to help itself to the woman's meals, while no food passes through her normal lips. The mouth in the back of her head consumes twice than the other one would. In another story, the extra mouth is formed when a stingy woman was accidentally hit in the head by her husband's ex while he was chopping wood, and the wound never heals. The Rook Hoku. The Rook Hoku is a strange creature from Japanese mythology. There are two types of Rook Hoku, those whose necks stretch, and those whose heads break off and fly freely. During the day, it looks like a completely normal person, but at night, its neck gets longer. They play tricks on humans during the night by spying on them, scaring them drinking the oil from the lamps. Sometimes females attack men a lot, and they go as far as devouring people while they sleep. However, Rook Hoku sometimes take a liking to their life and have the desire to become human. Some don't even know they are one. They think that the misdeeds they committed during the night were just a dream. Nuppepo. Nuppepo are bizarre and creepy yokai found in ruined temples, overgrown graveyards and other dilapidated areas. These creatures are known for their revolting appearance and strong odor of rotten meat. They look like large, flabby, roughly humanoid chunks of flesh about the size of a child, with lumpy undeveloped hands and feet, and vaguely indiscernible facial features. They usually appear only at night, and are not known to cause any particular harm or mischief other than being disgusting. They frequently cause chaos and havoc by running around and disgusting people. The Shirim or Nuporibozu is a type of yokai that likes to scare people late at night, but is otherwise harmless in Japanese mythology. From a distance, Shirim appears to be a normal human being. When close enough, however, it becomes apparent that it is a yokai. It has no facial features, but located in its butthole is a large eye which shines like lightning. Shirim approaches travelers on the road late at night, looking like a man wearing a kimono. Once it has their attention, it asks them if they have a moment to spare. Before they can answer, the Shirim drops its kimono to the ground and bends over, spreading its butt cheeks and revealing the giant, shining eye located inside of its butthole. Other than its very startling behavior, Shirim does not do anything harmful. It appears to thrive solely on the joy of scaring people. Tangu, one of the most intriguing yokai is the Tangu, considered by some to be a type of demon, and by others as a demigod. The Tangu can be found throughout the folklore and art of Japan. There are two types of Tangu: the Karasu or Crow Tangu and the Hanadaka or Long-nosed Tangu. Karasu Tangu is a frightening and dangerous yokai. Traditionally they were described as having the head of a dog, the hands and torso of a man and the wings and lower body of a bird. Over time, despite being known as a celestial dog, they lost their canine features and developed a beak. It is thought they arrived in Japan alongside Buddhism and may be derived from the Hindu bird deities. It is believed that they may have been the personification of the temptations a Buddhist monk would face on their path to enlightenment. The Karasu Tangu are very territorial and will protect the forest areas in which they dwell. They have skills with weapons and were known to train samurai warriors. There are tales of them bringing disease and misfortune to locations, and they reportedly snatch away unsuspecting victims and return them with signs of amnesia and disorientation. There are even reports of shape-shifting and possession. Hanadaka Tangu. Hanadaka Tangu are more human-like with red skin and an extremely long nose. They also have feathered wings and wear gigantic wooden clogs on their feet. The Hanadaka Tangu are far less ferocious than their counterparts. They are linked to practitioners of Shugendo, a mountain ascetic monastic practice, and are seen as more a guardian and sometimes even a demigod. Like the Karasu Tangu, they are known for their martial arts skills and will train warriors, as depicted in many of the ukiyo-e prints further along in this post. They are able to communicate without speaking, having powers of telepathy. They are known to shapeshift and can create strong winds by beating their wings, or by using the featured fans they are often depicted with. They are also known to disdain vanity, and will teach arrogant people a lesson by stealing victims and depositing them far away. Disoriented and perhaps a little more humble. Bakano. Bakano are monster cats that have lived long enough to become yokai, and gain supernatural powers in Japanese mythology. They possess great shape-shifting abilities, and frequently disguise themselves as smaller cats or humans, sometimes even their own masters. While in disguise, they like to dress up as humans with a towel wrapped around their head, and dance around merrily. Many learn to speak human languages. They can eat things that are much bigger than they are, and even poisonous things without any difficulty at all. It is even possible for a Bakano to eat its own master and then take his form, living on in his place. If they do not kill their owners, they often bring down great curses and misfortune upon them. They can summon ghostly fireballs and are known to accidentally start house fires, their tails acting like torches on any flammable materials in the house. They also have the disturbing ability to reanimate fresh corpses, and use them like puppets for their own nefarious purposes. They are generally a menace to any house they live in or near.